What's up, TW fans? Jake here, bringing you this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. We're getting towards the end of November. Today is actually a big day for us. Today is the beginning of our Black Friday sale. So Black Friday sale going to start off this evening. If you're a part of our email list, you might want to go back and check in your email. Santa might have left you an early access code, so you've been able to get in there earlier this week, kind of ahead of the line a little bit. Also, so there's going to be 20% off most of the stuff on the website. Always there's a few exclusions, but there's also an additional 10% off on certain brands. So make sure you go on to tacklewarehouse.com, check out the Black Friday sale page, and you can see all the hot deals that we got going over the next few days. All right, let's get into some baits here. Maybe something you want to pick up, you know, you have a little discount on it. Try out something new, throw in the box here for the wintertime. First up, we're going to go over some buzz baits. It's not really a wintertime bait, but you definitely want to have these before that pre-spawn gets here, before you know it. So from Bass Union, we got a whole bunch of different buzz baits. These Bass Union buzz baits are awesome, and we have them in all the configurations that you want. So we have, you know, single buzz with clacker, we have the single non-clacker, we have double buzz, we have double with clacker. So all the different styles that you want if you're looking for a certain particular buzz bait. But these buzz baits are really, really well built. Heavy wire frames on them, so you can haul fish out of heavy cover, no problems. Down on the head design, they have a really cool head design, really wide, kind of arrowhead shaped, and then it has a pretty aggressive keel on there. So gets up to the surface really, really quick, keeps that thing on plane, and you can slow roll it, you can wind it fast, whatever you want, and it'll track straight every single time. Down on the hook, so they're using a 5/0 Gamakatsu hook on all the buzz baits, and then they all feature this 4 barbed keeper system on there. So that keeper system on there really holds those soft plastic trailers on there really, really well. Hand-tied skirts, we got all the ones you want, you know, black, white, there's a matte green pumpkin on there, the standard colors that pretty much everyone uses on buzz baits. But with that hand-tied, you know, living rubber skirt on there, it's gonna hold up to a lot of fish and not go anywhere. Next up, we got a crankbait here we've actually been waiting for a long time from Evergreen. This is the Evergreen X-Over Shad crankbait. This is kind of a hybrid design. With the shape of it, you know, it has that wide shad profile to it, almost like an old school shad wrap. But this thing does a few other things really, really well. Has that shallower bill on it, so you get it to run about that 3 to 5 foot zone. And with this wide body, it actually produces a pretty tight wobbling action. You know, it's more of your cold water style crankbait. But because it's so wide and tall, it actually hunts side to side really, really well. So going to be a great crankbait for those for that cold water scenario. But it is a slow floating bait, and it is kind of a hybrid bait. You can actually pause it; it'll rise up, so you can get it to go over wood and logs and stuff like that, not hang it up. But you can also twitch it and jerk it, and it'll dart around just like a jerk bait. So kind of giving you multiple actions in one. You know, you can crank it up to a piece of cover, pause it, slowly let it rise, twitch it, get a couple different retrieves in one. This one was designed by Marizu Shimizu, and if you know anything about all the Evergreen baits, they're just phenomenal right out of the box. As you can see, some of these paint jobs are second to none. You know, doesn't do it justice looking at it online. Once you get one out of the box, they are amazing baits. 3 sticky sharp hooks on there, just like all the Evergreen baits. They got those treble magic hooks on there. Probably one of the best treble hooks I've ever seen on a crankbait from the factory. So if you're looking for a new cold water bait, that Evergreen might be one that you want to check out. This one doesn't really need any introduction. We've been waiting for this one since I cast. This is the Strike King KVD Elite 300 jerkbait. So internally, same as all the other Strike King 300 series jerkbaits, but the KVD Elite series is an upgraded model, and they're set up to fish exactly how KVD fishes them. So they come right out of the box with 3 number 4 Mustad triple grip hooks on them. So you don't have to upgrade your hooks. It's set up just how KVD likes to fish it. And you'll notice on the paint jobs, they're a little higher quality, a little better paint jobs, and a little bit different colors than what comes on the standard series of 300 jerkbaits. This one here, that Sexy Shad 2.0, you can tell there's just a little bit more detailing in it than their stock Sexy Shad. There's kind of some silver splatter across the back, and just a little bit more refined colors throughout the KVD Elite 300 jerkbait. So, you know, everyone's fishing with the live scopes and Panoptics and active target and all that, and the jerkbait fishing had a big resurgence. So, you know, high quality jerkbait is something you need to have in your box. This one, don't need any upgrades. You know, get it out of the box. Everything you want on it, hooks, hardware, ready to go right out of the box. Check that out from Strike King. This one here from Lunker Hunt, super interesting bait. So this is the Lunker Hunt Glitch Square Bill Crankbait. This is another one of those hybrid lures. Lunker Hunt seems to always come out with innovative products just like this one. So your front half here is your kind of hard plastic square bill crankbait, and on the back half it has this metal blade. So what that's gonna do, it's gonna fish just like a square bill crankbait, but on the back here, you're gonna get a lot of flash and vibration because of that blade on the back, and then it's gonna clack back and forth. So it's almost gonna sound like a vibrating jig, you know, clacking through the water as it's coming through as well. Something different, you know, something that's totally out there. There's nothing else like this out there on the market. Has really nice hooks on it. It's a bunch of really cool colors. I'm just intrigued and want to give it a try. It could be one of those ones that just looks weird, but totally catches fish. So definitely one I'm gonna try out just to see what it does. All right, next up, we got a bunch of stuff from Fish Lab here. These are all, you know, designed with Bill Siemantel. This first one is the new BBZ Bio Shad crankbait. This is a really cool crank. It's a swim bait, kind of a crankbait. 4-piece body, really wide profile, with a nice bill up on the front. This one he made to fish in really skinny water, so it gets you down to that 1 to 2 foot range. And with that bill on there, you can fish it really slow or you can fish it really fast. And even at the really slow speeds, it moves enough water to get those sections in the back swimming. They come right out of the box, BKK treble hooks on them, so you don't need to upgrade any of the hardware. What's great about this one, you know, this is gonna be a multi-species bait. It's gonna catch all sizes of bass. Everything eats a shad that's that size, but you can also fish this in salt water, anywhere that you're fishing shallow, you know, shallow salt flats, mangroves, for redfish down in the Gulf, stuff like that. Everything wants to eat a bait this size. So really good bait. Really high quality hardware. It got some really good colors, and this one comes in, I believe, at $15 or $16.99. So really good deal on that one as well. The next one, if you're looking to chase kind of that next class of fish, you want to go to this one. This is the new BBZ Bio Gizzard Shad swim bait. So bigger profile, 6-inch bait. As you can see some of the detailing on this thing, it is a really nice bait with those 3D gills on the side, nice 3D eyes, the side fins. The scale patterns, you know, the fins on the back, the translucentness of the fins, kind of see there, it really looks like a live fish. And they've got some amazing colors through this whole lineup. On this one, on the 6-inch bait, I believe it's about 2 1/4, 2.5 ounces. And it is a slow sinking bait, so you can fish it anywhere in the water column. And this bait, perfectly balanced, so it's not gonna roll on you if you wanna speed it up real fast or you wanna fish really slow. You can do just about anything with it, fish it real slow. You can snap it and twitch it and it'll turn back around on the fish. It does a lot of really cool stuff. Again, great price point on this one. So if you're getting into throwing swim baits, this one comes in at $21.99. So just an awesome bait for an awesome price point. And then we got a few soft plastics from Fish Lab as well. These are both a part of their Nature series. This is their Nature series bird. When I looked at the package, I totally didn't notice what was fully going on with this thing. I thought it was just your standard old creature bait. You know, it has that profile just like a lot of the creature baits on the market. But when you actually look up close to it, I was kind of thrown off by all the salt that's loaded on this thing, is it actually has all the detailing of like a small baby bird. So if you fish places like the Delta and, you know, areas where there's lots of tules and lots of those, you know, black and red birds, little sparrows, coots, stuff like that, we know bass love to eat those things. So just something that has a little bit more detailing like a little baby bird, but still just, again, it's a big profile. It has a lot thicker body on it. So really good flipping and pitching bait. It's gonna hold those hooks in there really well, and it's not gonna tear up as some of the thinner bodied soft plastics on the market. You know, they come in 2 sizes, so there is a 5-inch and I believe a 4 1/4. So you can go with, this is the bigger of the 2. You can go down to a smaller one if you'd like as well. And then another flipping bait they got is their Nature Series Nymph. And I know when you see this, you don't think it's a flipping bait. This one comes in 2 sizes as well. What's super interesting about this bait, it does have that profile like a little dragonfly or something. Just something looks super natural. But when you flip this thing, they made it to be a finesse flipping bait. When you flip it into cover, all those wings, they kind of just, you know, tuck right in behind the back, so you can actually slip it into really tight cover. You don't have to worry about all these appendages getting hung up. But the underwater footage of this thing looks super cool. Once it goes down, it has those little paddle feet on the end of the wing, so it gets kind of a wing movement action as it's going through the water column. Something that's going to be super fun to use it as well is going to be like on a little split shot rig, little Carolina rig. That's where I want to use this thing when it's cold and you got to finesse them and you got to get something that's just real subtle. On a light line spinning rod, I'm definitely going to check that one out here when the water gets super cold and the fish are hard to catch. All right, a couple more soft plastics. These ones from Googan Baits. So we got the Googan Baits Love Bug. This little guy, double tail grub. You can do so much different stuff with it. That's what's great about this bait, is it's so versatile that you can get a pack of these and it kind of eliminates the need for a bunch of other stuff in your bag. So if you're limited on space, this is something you might want to consider just to help reduce some of that volume of baits that you have to carry to cover a bunch of different situations. Has the two large J-shaped legs on there. Same that's on their blazing worm, the blazing worm tail. So these things kick and produce a lot of action. But you can throw this thing on like a Texas rig. You can throw it on a jig. You can throw it on a wobble head. But you can also use it on like swim jigs, vibrating jigs, spinner baits, has a trailer, bunch of stuff you can do with it. Loaded with their slaunch sauce, got that heavy ribbing on the body, so moves a lot of water, has that taste that we know the bass love. So something that you might want to have if you're limited on space and need something that can cover a lot of different techniques. The next one is their Slizzard, and all the guys in the office know I'm a big lizard fan and love Carolina rigging, split shot, and kind of old school technique. Texas rigging lizards, a lot of people don't do it anymore. So this is their take on a lizard, and what I like about the Slizzard is it is kind of a shorter, wider body. So it's going to glide and move a lot of water. Has these nice these articulating sections in there, so it's going to move around really nice. And then up on the feet, got those same kind of blazing worm tails on them. So you have the 4 kicking feet and then that long sickle tail on there. So you're going to get some action out of those kicking feet and then that long swimming tail. Loaded with the sauce again, but lizards, a lot of people don't use them anymore, but still a great bait in the springtime through the summertime. One that you can always have kind of tied up in those warmer months, and bass love to bite them, especially in the spring when you throw them up on beds on a Texas rig. They got a bunch of awesome colors, so if you're looking for a new lizard, something a little bit different than the other ones on the market, got another one from Googan Baits. Last up, from Talon Custom Lures, we got the Andes Wide Receiver Football Hair Jig. So something that's different than most of the other hair jigs on the market. I've never been into throwing the big hair jig, but this one has me intrigued just because of how well it's built and how much stuff is going on with it. So it's all hand tied. They're all made one at a time. They actually have a custom dyeing process for all the different types of hair. So on the inside you have some bucktail. There's hackle feathers. There's little strips of flash boo on there. And then they have these spotted, what they're calling kind of fin feathers. So you have these spotted feathers on the side too. Just something that's going to give a more realistic profile. And there's going to be a lot of different actions going on as it's sinking through the water column. Since you have all these different types of hair and feathers and stuff going on, it's going to swim and look super realistic. And just, it's not just going to be your standard bucktail jig or something like that. Down on the head, since it is a football head, it's going to be really good for fishing offshore, deep structure that comes over that stuff really well. Has that nice 60-degree horizontal line tie, so you can pop it up over cover. Nice weed guard, so it's not going to get snagged up that much. But yeah, just something, especially if you fish somewhere that's got a lot of pressure, where fish see the same football jig coming around over and over and over again. Maybe try something different. This big hair jig might get you a few bites. Something that probably a lot of people aren't throwing. I know this is big out on the TVA system, especially in the summertime, the big white hair jigs to mimic those gizzard shad. These, you guys who fish those, these will fit right into your arsenal. And then something that, not everyone that throws them might want to check out and just try out something different. Especially we got 20% off deals going on right now, so something you want to check out on a discount and see if it produces for you. That's going to wrap up today's episode of What's New in Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase any of the products seen here today, click shop with a link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.